Guys, welcome back to Her Circle with me and Ashley. We're just going to go over, recap just what we've been up to over the last couple of weeks since I've been back. How long did we say it's been? 6, 7 weeks?
I think so, because you came in January, right? And it's
yeah, because it was for around y'all's birthday because we went to eat
right.
with
So you came January 17th, I believe.
Oh wow.
So yeah, we've had some.
Oh yeah, that was right.
Right?
Yeah, that was right. I was trying to think. It was the weekend after, I guess, Heston's
it was a week
birthday.
after Heston's birthday.
So I was like, oh, you were talking about going to eat. And I was like, oh, am I going to miss it? And you're like, no, we're doing it a week later.
Yeah.
Because some of them weren't going to be there.
Yeah, so it worked out nicely.
Got to enjoy that.
So what have you been up to, my friend?
Well, we are in competition season. And by we, I mean Ryan and the boys. And I just tag along.
Yeah.
So I've been doing some traveling with them. We went to Florida, which that one kind of switched up. We were supposed to go to Tampa, but the hurricane came through there that last year. There's a really big, the end of last year,
that's right,
or something that came through, and it the building that it was going to be in tore off the roof. And
yeah,
it's a big building.
I don't remember. It's right building. In the middle of Tampa, right?
And it was I don't know if it was a baseball.
It was a pretty big arena.
Something, yeah. And so their roof got tore up. So they were like, oh, so it was the same meet. They just did a different location. So they went ahead and stayed with that meet and did it in Orlando, which it was still fun. It was, it was a good time. I just was kind of like, we've gone to Orlando before for me and kind of been that area. So we were kind of excited to try and go somewhere else. But it was still fun. I can't complain about being in Florida. Ryan found a really cute Airbnb. And so the area was it was gated, and it's its own little community. It had their front pool. It had a game room, workout gym, a little, I wouldn't even call it a restaurant, but they had food, drinks.
A little cafe.
Yeah, they had snacks, and then you could order food, but it was almost like concession food to me. Yeah. It wasn't anything super fancy, but lots of houses in the community, townhouses or homes, and it just kind of went all the way back. So he found one, and I think all of them, I say all of them, they probably not all of them, but most of them are Disney themed.
Oh.
And I'll tell you why I think that, based off of another house we saw. We only saw the inside of ours. But inside ours, they're so nice. So it was a 5-bedroom, 5-bath house. So each room had its own bathroom. So super crazy. So on the first floor, they had a bedroom and a bathroom. And so this bathroom wasn't connected into the room. It was separate. So people who were over could use that bathroom and not have to go through a bedroom.
Yeah.
And then they converted their downstairs garage into a movie room. So they blacked it out, and it was Star Wars themed. And so then you go upstairs, and there's 3 more bedrooms and attached baths, and then a master with an attached bath.
Wow.
And one of them was a bunk room, and it was Buzz Lightyear theme. And then one of the other guest rooms was Mario. And then the other 2 were just they were just plain. Not plain, but they weren't themed.
Yeah.
They're super nice. All the decor and how they had it all decorated was super cute. And then they're outside. They had it all covered. I feel a lot of houses in Florida have the covering, not mesh, but
the screened in porch. I think they call them actually Arizona rooms. I don't know why. It's supposed to help with the humidity, so they call it the Arizona room.
And then I feel maybe to keep any bugs or anything out. And they had a little baby pool.
Oh,
fun. A little pool in their little backyard. But when we were driving in, Emilio, which is Ryan's head coach, he was like, hey, do you see that house? He goes, it looks like it's Toy Story themed, but it was dark, so we didn't really tell. We missed it. And so then the next morning we drove by it, and you could see driving by, they had a window up top, the bedroom up top was wide open, and they had those plastic balls, like a ball pit down it. And they had like the aliens in it.
Oh, funny.
And in the background, you could see the claw reaching over it. And so they had like the claw from Toy Story in it.
That's so cute. So what a fun idea.
So I don't know if their whole house was like Toy Story themed or if it was just that room. But they made it so you could see it driving by.
How cool.
So it was super cool. So Ryan said, I think he looked at another house and it was some theme too.
What is this neighborhood?
Yeah, I it's some check Disney. It out. And it's really close to the SeaWorld there.
Okay.
And it wasn't far. Like, I don't think we were far from all that, like studios, Orlando studios and stuff. But the neighborhood had to have been, I think a lot of them were like rentals and Airbnbs at properties that people bought.
Yeah.
But like huge, like one of the bigger houses were like Ryan said they could sleep like 16.
Whoa.
So they were like more than 5, because ours was a townhome and it had 5-bedroom, 5-bath, and the other ones were huge. They're like 3,000 square feet. I'm like, you could bring like a whole huge family there.
Yeah, do a big family reunion. That's probably what they like cater to mostly. Yeah, like family trips. All coming to go do Disneyland, all the stuff in Orlando that they have. That's really cool.
So it was a super cool little area. It was gated and they had like a security guard. So that was kind of nice to have just like the safety aspect to it. Not that like we felt like we weren't safe, but it's always kind of nice when you're traveling in a different area to have a little extra safety. So that was a fun trip, and I don't have anything else planned with them the rest of the meets. I don't think I'm going to go to any of the other ones.
So last year in April was the boys' nationals.
So nationals is in May.
Is that when you guys came and stayed last year?
When we came last year, it was Westerns.
Is that happening again here or no?
It was. I think it actually was supposed to, or nationals was supposed to, but it got switched. So we're not coming here for a meet again, which I was like, well, that's kind of a bummer because it was really convenient for me.
Yeah, it would have worked out very nicely.
Yeah. But they're doing Reno, which I don't really
it's okay
know about Reno. And then they're going to Salt Lake for nationals,
that'll be fun.
Which I really wanted. I would have done that one, and I think that one would be fun, but Post Malone and Jelly Roll are gonna be in Dallas, and we've been really wanting to go see Posty, and we were thinking about it like earlier. He was in Austin, and we're like, oh, should we like go do it? But we're like, that just doesn't really make sense, and he's from the Dallas area, so we're like, he's gonna come here. Like, there's no way he's not, and so. He winded up posting dates and a tour he's going on with Jelly Roll, and I love Jelly Roll too. So I was like, yes. So I told Ryan, I was like, can I go without you? Mom and Caitlin really want to go. So he was like, yes. So I'm not going to go to nationals. I'll stay, and Mom and Caitlin will come up.
That'll be fun.
Go see them. So it'll be fun. I'm bummed because I like to go to nationals.
Yeah.
But I mean,
especially being Salt Lake City, it's such a fun.
It's really
there's
pretty.
So much to do there. Yeah, it's so pretty.
Yeah.
It'll be really nice weather. Yeah. Usually. You never know. Sometimes they get a random late winter, second winter.
Which they might not be mad about that. They might take advantage of that. But yeah. So I'm kind of bummed about it just because I like going and I didn't really like want to miss out on it. And it was somewhere different that we haven't like we've been there before, but not for me. I think me and Ryan just were there when we did one of our vacations during COVID, when you like couldn't go places, and we had
you went to Salt Lake and then drove
that
down
was
to
when
Moab.
We like missed up with you. Yeah, that was rough.
So Chandler went to Salt Lake City, and I knew she was going to Utah at some point, and she knew I was going to Utah at some point, and we didn't think to like
verify
even give each other the dates. And I was in Salt Lake City at my aunt's house, and Chandler posted on her stories like being in Moab. And so I just thought like maybe there's an airport in that part of Utah that they flew into or they drove. I don't know. Not even thinking that you had flown into Salt Lake City International Airport, which is 15 or 20 minutes from my aunt's house.
Yeah.
So I texted you and I was like, hey, I saw that you were in Moab, like, darn, I'm in Salt Lake. And you were like, are you kidding me? We just landed there like 2 hours ago, but you were already like on your way to Moab. So
I was so mad.
It's fine.
And I literally even that trip, I even said to Ryan, I was like, Ashley's supposed to be, or said something about it. And he was like, oh, why don't you reach out? I go, oh no, it's a different weekend. Like, I even made a comment to be like, oh, like that would be so cool. And he was like, text her. And I was so confident. I was like, well, it's a different weekend. I just think that's so convenient. Like, it's like, we're just missing each other.
Yeah.
And then I remember you text me, we were in a coffee shop getting coffee, and I looked at him and I was like, you have got to be kidding me. He's like, what? And I was like, freaking Ashley said though. Like, he's like, I told you. I was like, I know. I was so convinced it was a different weekend though. Like, I thought for sure it was different. So I didn't even think about Messenger. Because why? Because I knew you weren't there, and you were. And I was like, are you kidding me? And at that point, it was during COVID. So I'm like, I don't know. At that point, it had maybe been a while since I've seen you.
Maybe.
I don't remember.
I feel like there was that time, and then you came and surprised me. And since then, we've seen each other probably at least once a year.
But I don't know if COVID caused any like delays of anything with travel.
I don't think so.
Okay. I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
But I was like, are you kidding me? So that was really unfortunate, but it was a good trip.
It's okay.
So I don't think we've been for a meet. So I'm kind of bummed out about not going.
Yeah, missing out. It'll be fun.
It'll be okay. I mean, I'm going to have fun with my mom and sister.
Totally. But is Hannah going to come?
I don't know. I thought about asking Caitlin. I mean, I'll see her in a couple of days, I guess. And I don't know. It's in May. They'll be in school. Because she was like, well, let me look at my schedule and see. So I don't know if the kids will have anything or if she'll want to like take them out for that. Because I feel like the kids would really like it.
Totally.
But I don't know if she's going to like worry about taking them out for that. Yeah. So it might just be us three. I have a friend that wants to go with us back at home. Fun. So it'll be fun.
Good.
Love a good concert.
Yeah. So I hate concerts. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, that's funny. It's surprising to me that I do.
That is, yes. And I would agree with that. Because you saying I love a good concert, I was thinking, that's interesting.
I don't like crowds. I don't like loud noises.
Yeah.
So it's literally what a
crowds
concert
and loud
is.
noises.
But I do really good if I can like be in my seat and I don't have to like go do like I couldn't be like one of my friends is like, I like being like in it. I'm like, that's I can't do. A, it's usually expensive, and B, like there's just too much going around. So I'm like, I like knowing I can be in my seat and enjoy it and chill. But yeah, it's literally like the things I don't like. But it's just something about like seeing someone like their music they love just like live. It's just fun.
And I have gone to concerts, so I won't say that I hate them. It's not what I would choose to do. That's fair. We went one time to Vegas to do the iHeartRadio festival or concert in Vegas. And that was really fun. Like we had our seats and we had a good view, I felt like. And it was really cool to watch like all of the artists perform live. So I did enjoy it, but we went with a group of people. So I don't know that I would ever say like to Heston, let's go see this person. Although I would love to see Hosier. I think he would be amazing live. Yeah. I've always said I'd like to see him. I love the Goo Goo Dolls. They're like
I've seen them in concert.
You have? I think they would be so good in concert.
Because you know, like their songs, like they're one of those people like, oh yeah. Like you know their songs.
Like I've just always loved their music, and I would like to see Three Doors Down. I think they would be great. So those are like the three that I would like go out and see just with Heston and I. And when I had Liv and I was nursing her, and Hosier came into Phoenix, and I was like so bummed because I couldn't figure out how to like
make it work,
bring her. That's so loud for a baby. And I just remember being so disappointed.
But it's like the one that you
it's the one that I would actually want to pay the money for, want to like deal with the driving, parking, all that stuff that goes along. It's a whole thing. And I just don't love that all the time. So it would really have to be someone that I'm very invested in.
Yeah, that's fair.
So yeah.
We saw I went with Ryan's sisters to Blink 182. That was another good one too, because they have this one of those are the songs you're just like, oh my gosh, I know so many of these songs. Yeah. And actually Rascal Flatts is coming soon, and I'm like, okay, they're another one that like their songs you just know so many, they have so many, and it's like you would just go through their set list and I'd be like, oh yeah, or they would just be like click from not hearing them for a long time. So I really wanted to go see them. They'll be down when I think his sister will be in town. So he was like, maybe they'll want to go.
That'd be so fun.
They would be fun. Because I think there's just so many songs that you know of theirs that you wouldn't be like, oh, I don't know this one. Because that's never fun either when you're just kind of like, you just played like 6 songs and I kind of don't really know them.
Yeah.
Because you only know a couple. I'm like, that's never fun. With them, it would probably be like every song you would know. They're just one of those like country
That'd be so fun.
I'm like, maybe, but haven't been to one in a while. So I don't think we'll go to that one, but we'll be doing Post Malone for sure.
Yeah, that'll be so fun.
And I really hope that he brings out people from his country album because that would be freaking crazy. And I'm hoping he does because the night before there has been the last couple years and I wanted to go to this one too. But I didn't think Ryan would be okay with me spending money on this one and that one, like back to back. Like, the first one is like an award show, country award show, and they have it in Frisco. So you can buy tickets. And we wanted to go last year and we almost did, but we did it. And so this year I really wanted to go and he wasn't going to be here. My friend's like, I'm going to go if you want to. And I was like, I just don't think I can convince him to do that and turn around and go to Post Malone. But so there's going to be a lot of country artists. So I'm like, maybe he can convince them to stay around for one more night and have them at his concert and bring them out from his country album.
That would be cool.
Because he has like probably 12 artists on his duets on that album that I'm like, that would be so cool if he just busted them out, like brought out like multiple people.
That'd be so fun.
So I'm hoping Posty's doing that.
Yeah.
So
maybe he'll hear this somehow and get like, a great idea.
Anyone pass it to Post Malone and you work your magic. You wouldn't even have to work his magic. They all love him.
Yeah.
Just like stay an extra night and come out.
And just have fun.
Yeah. And sing these songs with me that you, I'm like, because obviously Jelly Roll and him have a song together. They'll sing theirs. But I'm like, come on. You have like, there's so many of them. Like Brad Paisley. He has one with Tim McGraw.
I didn't know this.
Yeah, his new album, he has like, there's like 10 of them. He has like Luke Combs, Brad Paisley, Tim McGraw, Chris Stapleton. I don't know. There's a lot. Jelly Roll. I think maybe Hardy. I don't know. There's just a lot of them. So I'm like, they're going to be at the award show. Just stay an extra night, guys. And you guys should just.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. That would be super exciting. So
very cool.
I don't think it's going to happen, but I'm okay. Well, obviously with Post Malone and Jelly Roll. So, because I love them. Yeah. And their music, so that'll be fun. Nice. It'll be a party, and I feel like people who go to a Post Malone concert will be ready to party. Yeah, like I feel like crazy, like for sure. There's gonna be a dynamic of people, because he has his country album, but then like he didn't do country, so you're gonna have people like of all across the board just ready, fans. Which would be cool. I think that's a cool thing that he's kind of just like crossed
bringing
over.
The worlds together.
Yeah. He's kind of just like crossed over and has been like mingling with all the people.
So fun.
Yeah. So other than that, I haven't been up to too much, really.
Nice.
Not anything crazy other than that, and traveling with him when I can. I feel like I went somewhere else, but I don't remember off the top of my head. I feel like we went somewhere else.
Did you go to Caitlin's at all, or?
No, I feel like it was for a meet. Oh no, that one was we stayed. It was in Fort Worth. We were gone from the house. I was like, I feel like we traveled somewhere else, but it was, I mean, we didn't come home. It was like Fort Worth. We were gone for like 4 nights for a meet, and we ended up just staying downtown, so we didn't have to drive back and forth.
Yeah, that's nice.
But yeah, that was kind of nice. Sometimes it's nice to do like a little like, I guess, staycation.
Kind of a staycation, yeah.
It was over Valentine's.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, and he had to work, and I went and got myself a facial.
I think I got my nails done on Valentine's Day, which was nice. It
was nice.
We try to like make it a family like love day. So I always get the kids like a cute Valentine. So I get them. I got Liv and Heston like little stuffed animals and a candy, and I got Roan a little stuffed animal. No candy for him yet. And then I told Heston, like, make sure you make Liv feel special, because my dad always got me just a little something to like just acknowledge the day, you know. So he got her that like this cute little jacket, and then he took her to breakfast. It was really cute.
That's fun.
And then we just try to do like a fancier family dinner instead of doing like just Heston and I, because it's more of like the love for everyone in your little family. So it was cute. That's how I like to do Valentine's Day. I don't like it to be just a one, like only Heston and I like to do, like a family.
Now that you have like everybody.
Yeah, because they need to feel loved and special too, especially like a father-daughter, like just acknowledging that is cute.
I think it's fun to go on like little dates.
Yeah. They do little father-daughter dates quite often, which is, I think is really good for Liv because she needs to learn how she deserves to be treated and who's better to teach her than her own father. So
like this is what standards setting. My mom still to this day sends me Valentine's Day PJs. So I got my Valentine's Day PJs from her. I pick them out now though. Like I'm like send them. She sends them to me. She got Ryan a bottle of whiskey, which is funny.
So sweet.
Yeah, she texted him and was like, he was like, your mom texted me a bottle of whiskey I wanted. I was like, that's weird. And I was like, oh, I bet you she's sending something for you for Valentine's Day because she's sending me my PJs. And he started laughing. He goes, oh, cool.
That's so fun.
So he got a bottle of whiskey, and it was one he's been like wanting again. He couldn't find. He was so excited. He got home. He goes, where did this come from? I was like, Mom. He goes, this is what she got me? I was like, yeah. And he was like, heck yeah. I was like,
your mom's so thoughtful with all of her gifts and
she
stuff.
Really is.
She really is, yeah.
She always has been. That's how, but the grandmother was like that. She was a very much so like a gift giver. Like she just loves. So mom's the same way.
And now that I'm thinking about it, you are totally the same way too.
That's something that I think, definitely got passed down. I just love it too. I'm like, I just want to buy everybody everything. I just think it's so fun. But yeah, she's like this year for Christmas, I think was really hard for her because we just did the traveling and we just did like one gift per person. I think Mom was like, that's it. And I'm like, yeah, Mom.
She's like, I don't love
we're making it easier on you too. Like you don't have to buy 6,000 gifts and shop all year like you normally just like pick up random things in February for December and you just like tuck it away or you forget about it because you forgot. And she's like, I know, but that's so boring. I was like, Mom, we're in Canada. It's not boring.
It's not boring at all.
But she's
just different. It's not what she's used to.
Loves to like, she's like, I want everybody just opening up gifts and doing. But I was like, it's just shifting like the thought of the activity and the enjoyment and that being
doing something outside of the normal like Christmas.
Not getting something, like doing something.
Yes.
And that's what Caitlin was like. The kids are at the age where she's like, the experiences are going to be something like more valuable. And she goes, because if they need something at this age, like I'm buying it for them.
Right.
It's involving like their sports they're in or something like that. So she was like, it's just with them being older. I was like, and I'm down to always do that. So I was like, and it's easier. Like you don't have to stress about like getting or wrapping or finding something or, is this enough or they, But mom and grandmother like thrive in that. They love it. So we kind of took that from her this year.
But you took it away.
We're like, sorry, Mom.
From Kiki.
Yeah, we did take it from her, but I'm like, sorry. Yeah, poor Kiki.
Yeah.
We had to take her on vacation. I'm like, I guess at least we did that.
Yeah.
Like we did something. It wasn't just like we were like at home and that was it. Mom would have been like, no.
Yeah.
This is not what we're doing.
Yeah.
We're not going to be at home and have one gift to open. These kids need to open more. I'm like, these kids don't need any more.
Yeah, they're fine.
Well, yeah, they're just fine. Those kids are not spoiled in a bad way, but they're
they're good. They're good.
They're loved.
Comfortable. Yes, they're loved.
They're loved.
Very loved.
By everybody, which is what you want.
Yeah.
For sure. But yeah. Other than that, I will tell you this. This is my next, I feel like I can't say this because now if I don't do it, I'm going to like jinx myself. I feel bad. But I think I want to get my Pilates certification to teach Pilates.
That would be so
I will say
fun.
that I've been thinking about it since like October. I went to like a retreat and I was like, there was these two girls they're from Louisiana and they taught like our fitness classes there that we had. There's like the cutest little things, super sweet. And their gym is like it's all women. And they're like faith-based. And so she was saying that they do, I think like Saturdays or something in the week, they do like a workout with like a devotional. I was like, oh my God, that's such a cool idea. So like you have women come together and you do a little workout and then you guys sit afterwards and you do some kind of like devotional or something from the Bible story recap and kind of like answers and questions and just have women like community and talking.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I was like, I feel like that's something that I could do at the gym or like in a space. And cause like we're in a smaller town outside of, and I feel like anything like that is like back in the bigger areas or cities. And I'm like, I don't want to have to drive. Not that I don't mind, but I'm like, I don't want to have to drive like an hour or 45 every time I want to like be involved in something like that. And then it's like my community's not like right there. It's further. And so it's kind of hard to like really get in. So I was like, maybe I could do something like that at the gym, or I could find a place in like Pilot Point or somewhere that I can.
I love that idea.
Kind of, so I was kind of back and forth on doing it. I've been talking about it, thinking, and I was like, I had previously thought about doing my Pilates stuff. And I kind of was like, I don't know if I'd be able to do it, and kind of just put it off, was like focusing on the boutique and stuff like that. And so then like recently I've been really thinking about it again, and I had brought it up to Ryan. I was like, and it's not going to hurt. I might as well just do it. I can use it somehow, somewhere.
Totally, yeah.
And so then I was like, I think it'd be really cool to do classes. I was like, and if I eventually felt comfortable enough to do that, like a class with a devotional and stuff like that with women, would be really cool. And so I kind of had been talking about it and like praying about it a little bit more, and kind of just kind of sitting on it, not really thinking too much into it. But I came across this someone that did that in like the Dallas area, and it came across just like on Instagram, and it was like she called it like a holy flow.
Oh, cool.
And so you did like your 30 minutes of a Pilates class, and then afterwards you had a devotional. So she has enough people that do it to where she does a 30-minute class and then another 30-minute class, and then everybody comes together and does it's like an hour like devotional Bible study. And so I asked a friend if she wanted to go with me, and she's like, oh yeah, that looks really cool. So I was like, okay, I can kind of like fill this out and see like what it's all about, and kind of get an idea of how it is. So I really enjoyed it, and the class was really good. The girl was really sweet, and then like the whole group of the girls were really cool. So she just like, we read over Ruth, and then she had some questions, and then we kind of all discussed it. So it was super cool. Everybody chimed in. You kind of went through like different points of views, or people talked about like their experiences or what they're going through. So it was a really cool like thing to be a part of, and like environment of like women who are like willing to be vulnerable and kind of just like, we're in your corner, or like if you need something, or if you want to promote something, or if you have a business, like that's what the community's for. You want to meet people and stuff like that. So it was really cool. And I was like, you know what? I think I can do it. So I'm going to start off getting it and then kind of go from there, because the gym, like with doing like just like a mat Pilates, at least at like that, you don't need like a lot of equipment. You just need like the space. Right. People can bring mats and stuff like that. And so especially if the little gym that I was talking about, if that all works out, like I could use that space, and that space is a little bit closer to me than the gym, our actual gym is. It's like halfway. Yeah. So I'm like, that would be an option too, like different locations to be able to like do those classes.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I love that.
So maybe. Yeah. So stay tuned. I don't know how it'll go, but I think it would be fun.
Yeah, so we'll just start. New. Yeah, just figure out what your next step looks like and go from there. It's something
new that I've been thinking about. And
that's
I just
exciting.
Like recently have been like, over the last couple of weeks, have been trying to like find a class. I had a friend that teaches at the CrossFit gym in Pilot Point that she had sent me some Pilates stuff a couple months ago. Like,
that's great.
Not a couple months ago. It's been more than a couple months ago. But like last year when I was kind of like talking about it, she had sent me over some different like, places I could go to get certified and stuff. So that was cool. So I had that to be able to like kind of look, and I think I narrowed it down to one. And so
nice.
Yeah. So
well, you already found your next step.
Yeah. So I'm like, so why not try it? I'm like, if anything, I have it and I can choose what I want to do.
Yeah, it's just fun to put yourself out there, learn something new. Yeah. Get a little bit out of your comfort zone.
And I really love Pilates too. Yeah. So I'm like, why not?
That's a great idea. Yeah. I love that.
So yeah, so that's a fun new thing that I'm gonna try to do.
Get working on.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Exciting.
Hopefully it won't take too long. It like this one, like it said, it depends on like how like your own pace.
Your pace, okay.
So they said it could take up to 6 months, but it could be quicker if like you do more throughout the week. So it just kind of depends on like you and what you put into
how quickly, probably your level of commitment, how fast you want to get through it. So I definitely feel
like I could finish it faster than that, but I don't also want to like rush it.
Sure.
So like try to find like a good middle point of like maybe not take 6 months, because I feel like I could do more, but not be like just like cruise through it and not even feel like I did it.
Yeah, that's great.
So, yeah.
Very cool.
That's funsies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But any other things exciting with you?
I got braces.
Oh, yes.
So
the big reveal.
The big reveal. I just want to take a couple of seconds and shout out to the orthodontist that I've been seeing. It's Dr. Trevor Nichols. He's here in Queen Creek. He's pays quite a bit of attention to the aesthetic side of everything. They have this whole saying like the Nichols smile. So they've got this really cool setup in their office, and the picture is of his wife, and so he just kind of breaks down like what makes a smile like the best possible smile you can have. And I've had some pretty big challenges with my mouth. I was born without an eye tooth. I think that's the correct tooth. So I lost my baby tooth and I just didn't have an adult tooth come in after. So being a girl, it's a little bit trickier because you can't just like shift things in the mouth. So if it happened to a boy, they can pull the teeth forward and then pull the other eye tooth and pull that those teeth forward as well.
Why?
So because it looks okay on a boy, but for a girl, it's a little bit too masculine. The teeth are a little bit too big. So it's a little bit, that's from my understanding. That's what the orthodontist told me 20 years ago when we started dealing with this. So I've had this implant for 10 years. And I always knew some point down the line that I was going to have to go in and get a little bit more tweaking done on my smile. And to be honest, after everything was done, I've had a couple surgeries to get this implant placed in my mouth. I've gone through like different crowns, different scenarios to have this tooth in my mouth. And when everything was like done, I got the final crown and I was like, okay, that my smile is as good as it's going to be. Yeah. And I was never 100% like satisfied with my smile. And so Heston made this connection with this orthodontist, and then we took our son, little Heston, has been going there and getting treatment with Dr. Nichols. And I was in the office, and Dr. Nichols said, "Is there anything else that you guys like need? Like anything else we can do for you?" And I said, "You know what? I think I want to make a consultation with you." And he's like, "Oh yeah, let's do it." And so I went to the front, made the appointment, and I was really nervous because I feel like with my case, there's only so far you can like make things look perfect. So I didn't go into the consultation with Dr. Nichols with super high hopes. I just felt like I needed to manage my expectations. I didn't want to get too excited that my smile would be so dramatically changed. But I have to say, like when I went in there, he made me feel really good about how my smile already looked. And he just was saying, "You've got great teeth. They're so beautiful. We're going to take you from a B+ smile to an A+ smile." And he had so many great thoughts and things that he was telling me, we can tweak here, we can work on this here. So I'm really, really excited to go through this treatment. This is my 3rd round having braces. And I feel like this will be the final time. But I just have to say his entire office and his staff, the feeling going in there is just so welcoming. Anytime I have to go to the office, my kids all want to come. He has it so set up for families. So there's like an arcade area and there's like a cute little playroom. So there's like a kitchen set, lives in there, and Roan goes and plays in there with her. So when I went for my consult, I had little Heston with me, and I walk in and he's gone. He just went straight to the arcade, didn't even think twice about where I was. And I knew that everyone in there was watching out for Heston, and all the women that work there are so kind. And something when I was like laying in the chair getting my braces on after the consult, the girl that was checking me out was just saying, "Okay, when do you want to come back?" And I said, "Just as soon as possible." And she said, "Well, you can come back at 3 today if you want." And I'm like, "Okay, let's do it." So I went back the same day and got my braces on. But I was laying in the chair, and one of the girls, and I just thought this was really cool. It just kind of speaks to their to the team and how they all like function and support each other. And so one of her kids was having a thing at his preschool, and she was saying, I can't go. Like, it's in the morning. We're going to be so busy. And all the other girls immediately were like, no, you have to go. Like, we totally got it. Don't even worry about us. You need to go and be with him. And it was just
That's so cool.
supportive of her, and like them reassuring her, like, we totally got it.
Yeah.
We can handle this. It's for an hour. We'll be fine. We'll make it work. I know we're busy, but we're going to be fine. And Dr. Nichols is, he's so kind and he's so patient. And it's such a learning environment for the women that work with him. And I think one of the girls that was putting on my braces at the time, and she also did Heston's braces, I think she's newer. And he was just telling her like, oh, a little bit more here on the glue, or a little bit less, or yeah, that looks perfect. And he was so encouraging. And you could tell that if there was ever any like mistake, it wouldn't be a problem. It would just be a teachable moment. Mm-hmm. And I think that that's kind of a cool environment, because I grew up going to a lot of dentists and a lot of orthodontists. And I always wanted to do something like be an orthodontist, like assistant, mm-hmm. or like something in dental hygiene. But I had seen these doctors like blow up on these girls. And that really always scared me. Mm-hmm. So it kind of like deterred me from ever wanting to do something like that, because I just felt like that wasn't the environment that I wanted to be in. But I can just say at this office, that is so not the case. It is so fun.
That's so
all
cool.
The girls are so fun and so kind. They all know my kids' names. They all like just interact with them. Mm-hmm. So cute. So just a shout out to Dr. Nichols and his staff and his wife. And they've really built this amazing practice all together. And his boys are pretty involved. Like, their pictures are all over the office. It's just a really amazing team, amazing setup. And they all really, really work together to make sure their patients end up with the best smile they possibly can have. So I'm excited for this journey.
Yeah. That's so cool.
Not loving that I'm 33 with braces again, but it's okay.
Yeah. It's just temporary.
It's just part of it. So I'm excited to see the end result in 10 months or so.
I think I'm slightly jealous. Not about the braces part, but I was telling you, I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, because my bottom teeth, I don't like it. I had been talking to Ryan about it. And then I told Ryan, I was like, oh my gosh, Ashley just texted me. She got braces on. And I was like, oh, I really want to do them on my bottom. He's like, just go get them done. And I was telling Ashley, I was like, I might as well just do them here, because I come here every so often. I was like, I could just, every time I come here, just have him check them. But I was like, man, I might have to jump on that.
Yeah, he has patients that come from like pretty crazy. Far away. That's how good he is.
To like want to see him and go to him. That's cool.
Yeah, he's really good. So I'm excited. And I'm excited for little Heston, because I know his smile is going to be amazing, and all my kids going to him in the future. And what's interesting is I'm missing that one tooth on this side.
Yeah.
Little Heston is missing half of the same tooth.
Oh, yeah. What do you guys call it?
It's called a peg tooth.
Yeah.
So typically you have 4 teeth buds. He has half of them. So it's kind of, so it's genetic, obviously.
Yeah.
And the hygienist at our dentist was saying, because his tooth was coming in a little weird looking. And so we were looking at the x-ray together, and she was saying, yeah, it's a genetic, so you might want to watch out for that. And I said, well, I'm missing this entire tooth. So is that where it comes from? And she said, yep, but he has half of his tooth, which means he has the root and he has the base of it. Yeah, okay. A little bit more than me. I also had on the other side, do you remember this? I lost the baby tooth, and then it took, like, there was no adult tooth coming in. So that's why my parents took me to get x-rays initially, because they were worried I didn't have the tooth on this side.
Yeah.
So they checked. Yes, I have a tooth on this side. Then that's when we found out there was none on this side. Oh, so I had a tooth in my gums horizontally, just like laying down up there. So that was a whole other surgery with an oral surgeon. Went in, put a bracket on the tooth inside of my gum, and then hung a chain out of my gum. And then every week or so I went to the ortho, and he like put this clear band on it and pulled it and then tied it to my wire to like slowly bring the tooth down.
Wow. your teeth journey has just been like
it's
so
been
wild.
intense, and it
like,
has not ended.
Fun.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, and and my parents, like, to their credit, they did everything to give me a beautiful smile based on what I came without naturally. So I'm so thankful to them because they made it a priority even 20 years ago. Now it's everyone has braces. Everyone pays attention to like the teeth, and that's really a big focus. It's kind of everyone has braces at this point. But 20 years ago, I felt like it was kind of starting to shift into that. So I'm thankful that they took the time and the money to invest in me having a beautiful smile. So now I'm just going to be able to take it one step further with Dr. Nichols and his team. So it's going to be great. Crazy. I'm excited to have an A+ smile.
A+ smile.
Yeah.
That's funny. Ryan's teeth he had one that wasn't, I think he hit it and it like killed that tooth.
Oh, yeah.
Or something. Because when we first dated, he had the retainer with the tooth on it.
I remember that.
And then he got, I don't think they could do the implant because there was something with his roots. So they had to do like I don't know, like a fake tooth, but it's like bridged between.
Oh, okay. So it's connected to the other tooth.
Yeah. So like 3 of his teeth are like one, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. I had that set up for a while.
Yeah.
But when you don't have the tooth at all, so there was no bone on that side of my gum, so it was starting to indent in. So I had to go and get a surgery and get a bone graft. Then they placed like a post. Then I got the implant placed. So it's a whole thing. Yeah. And it was a long time.
Yeah.
So
I want to say I remember when we first started dating not being fun. But I mean, he has really nice teeth. Actually,
yeah, he does have a great smile.
But he had to work, like, same thing. It's like you had to work for it and pay for it because it is not something cheap. That you just, you don't have a tooth. Like, it's like, okay, what are we going to do? I can't not have a tooth. Like, I mean, I guess you could, but nobody wants that.
Yeah, but especially like right in the front. It's one thing to like be missing a back tooth where you can hide it. But
literally like
my front tooth.
Yeah, was it this one? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the eye tooth. So at the end of treatment, the end of it, I think we're going to exchange the crown that's on this implant and then build up the tooth on the other side so they can all really, really match. So that made me really excited to hear because I thought that was like that we would just be able to straighten things out a little bit and then that's it. But then he brought that idea and said, we don't have to do this, but this is what I would suggest at the end of treatment. Let's go to this. I've got some aesthetic dentists that I work with that I think would do a really good job. So I'm excited for that in the next few months. It's going to be great.
Oh, sorry.
I thought you were going to sneeze.
No, I was not.
I was waiting to say bless you.
Not anymore. I haven't sneezed yet.
That's good.
I haven't sneezed yet.
No sneeze attacks.
But next coming up on the podcast, we have a couple like guests.
Yeah, we had our first 3 guests today.
We recorded earlier today,
Yeah, so we're like so pumped for you guys to listen to these women. And it was, everyone did such a great job.
It was really cool to like listen to their story. Said it like back when I was a kid, stories. It'll be fun to like share those with you guys. It'll be after this one, but we recorded them earlier today because they were able to come in and we were able to get those.
Yeah, it was really fun. Yeah. We were definitely a little bit nervous because we're just used to you and I talking and sharing. And so to kind of have the interview set up was different, a little bit more out of our comfort zone. I really think we did a good job. Everyone did a good job. These women did such a great job sharing their stories and their challenges and their trials.
Yeah.
And
their like advice and how they take things on now. It just was really cool.
It was just inspiring.
They did really well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoyed those a lot.
Yeah. It was really, really cool.
Like selfishly for me, I could have just like listened
I know.
forever and been like, what else you got? So that was super cool. So those will be coming up. Well, obviously those will be split out week by week over the next couple of weeks after this episode. So we'll be able to share those with you. So that's exciting to kind of be able to add in some guests and learn that, get more comfortable with that and have people on and different stories and how we can like navigate those conversations. I think will be fun.
Yeah, it's different doing like if you do a one-on-one interview because there's only one person asking the questions or responding. So I felt like we did a good job, both of us, interjecting and asking different questions.
You did the questions, which is fine. It was good. You had them. You had the ones down, and we kind of went over them. I think you did really well answering the questions, which I felt a little bit better with, especially since one of them, you knew more. So I was able just to kind of like listen and kind of give in a little bit of conversation. But for me, that was okay. And it was fun to be like, just like a part of and hear and be able to like kind of chime in, but didn't have to too much because it was really good.
I felt like we didn't need to talk at all. Yeah. They just were so amazing, you know.
Asked a couple questions just to get like
kind of guide it where we wanted things to kind of go, and everyone really did amazing. So really looking forward to those episodes being released. Yeah. It's going to be awesome.
I'm excited to have more people on too. So I guess that'll be what will be coming up next over the next couple, I guess, weeks and months of having like hopefully start bringing on more people with different journeys and stories and fun laughs, or if we want to make things like light or whatever, it'd be fun.
Yeah. It's good.
But good. Anything else to share?
I don't think so. I got highlights. That's pretty much it.
You did.
I didn't realize how much gray hair I had.
Oh yeah, I have all mine.
That was so surprising. I haven't been all the way dark in a long time, and I was like so like sure I wanted to be all the way dark because I like how it looks. So I did all the dark, and then a couple weeks after I colored it, I was like, oh my gosh.
Like you noticed them now?
Shoot, I did not even know how much gray I had coming through, because last time I had dark hair, I think I was 28 or so. So 5 years later, that's a big amount of time.
Like
a lot of stressful things a lot of stressful things have happened in the last 5 years to kind of bring out that. And I think a lot of my aunts and uncles like had started having gray hairs like in their early 30s. So I think genetically that's just kind of where I'm headed, which is totally fine. So I texted my friend Bailey, who does my hair, and I said, well, I was editing one of the podcasts and you could see like a few, gray hairs.
I never noticed.
And I was like, shoot, that looks terrible. Of course, I notice it more than anyone else.
Or even cares.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No one,
That's
exactly.
funny.
And so I took a picture, like screenshot it and sent it to Bailey. And I said, I got to get highlights. We're filming this weekend. Like, when can you get me in?
That's so funny.
So she did the highlights and she said, any gray hair that's going to come through, you won't be able to see it. And I said, perfect.
I was about to say mine probably can peek through because mine's all come in.
Yours are in a cool spot though, where it's like that would be cool to even just do a strip of that all the way down. I guess if
it grows out enough, it's gonna be a strip.
I feel like you've had that for a while too.
Oh, I've had it. I've had this coming in through here when like I was like 20. I was in ortho. Yeah, I had to have been like 26-ish when I started like noticing it coming in, and then over the last like end of my 20s, 30s, it was like, now it's here. And then I have a couple that come out like, through here, but it's mainly like on the sides, which I mean,
that's where it starts, supposedly.
I'm like, whatever.
Yeah. You look great either way.
Gray when I go gray, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Can't hide it.
You know, you can't. You can do your best to camouflage it, but that's about it.
Keep going. And they're like the baby hair. So I'm like, they're going to start really peeking through them.
That'll look cool though.
Yeah.
I'm envisioning like a super cool like silvery white streak in your hair.
What's her name? Cruella de Vil.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't hers like half her head.
Hers was half of her head, but you know, I get the idea. I'm seeing the vision.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Just get like one chunk. It kind of blended in a little bit more when my hair was blonde.
Yeah, it did.
But you could still see it.
Just slightly.
But especially when I have my hair back and it's like the little frizzy baby hairs that I have.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. But maybe one day when I pull it back, it'll just be like
a nice, cool strip. That looks sweet.
Rock it.
Right on.
We'll see.
Okay, well.
Nothing new besides the hair and the braces. I'm just switching it up.
And I'm trying to think. I've been making a lot of sourdough bread from that class that I learned how to do it. Good. It's been a lot of fun. My kids love it.
Slice yesterday.
Yeah, it's really, really good. I make, when I cut a slice, it's like
it's
a double
like
slice.
2 inches thick. They're like, why is it already gone? That's what Heston's like, it's halfway gone. I'm like, yeah, look at the
because I take like half of a loaf when I know.
As he's eating like 2-inch bread. I'm like, that's why it's
just so dang good.
It is
and
good.
The friend that I took the class with, she took it before me. So she'd been making it, and then she wanted to go and take it again just to like see if there was anything she'd missed or she could add in. And she had been texting me saying like, this bread is dangerous. Like once you learn how to cook it, and for me, for some reason, I have it in my head that like sourdough bread isn't the same as regular bread.
They say it's better.
It's supposedly better. It elicits a less of an insulin spike when you have the sourdough bread. And it's a little bit easier on your stomach because it's like fermented, like the sourdough.
Mm-hmm.
And so she and I were just texting saying this stuff's dangerous. And she sent me this funny reel on Instagram, and it said, I keep thinking made from scratch means like no calories or something. So we've been eating a lot of delicious bread, and she's made like cinnamon rolls and done other things, but like I just can't stop eating the bread as it is.
Yeah.
It's so good. I like to heat it up, put a little butter and honey on it.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
I've already planned on when we get back from recording, I'm going to have some with some cinnamon
with a little cinnamon on it. Yeah, it's so good. A little
cinnamon toast will be so good.
Yeah, because we haven't had any bread today. It wasn't done this morning. I baked it this morning.
Oh, nice.
Which when I started taking the class, I don't know if anyone listening makes sourdough. It takes about 18 to 24 hours from start to finish. And I did not know that. So I was disappointed. And so was Heston that day because he thought I was coming home to bake bread. And I thought so too.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'm telling him like, no, it's literally an 18-hour process. And I think I took the class Friday and you came Saturday morning.
Yeah.
So I didn't even have time to like start the process because we were gone all day. So I learned on a Friday and finally on Monday.
Yeah,
I think that's when I started it.
Yeah, because then when I left Tuesday, or when I don't know when I left, that's when you started putting it in the oven, and I missed it.
Yeah, you missed it.
No. So I've been having to wait
for a few
all
weeks.
This time.
So I don't know when I'll stop, or I don't think I'll ever stop doing it. It's so cheap. It's so easy. It just takes a little bit of like, there's a slight learning curve. I mean, if I can do it, anyone can do it.
I mean, I don't know, you'd be surprised. I wasn't saying that to anybody else. I was saying that to myself.
It's a very forgiving bread. Like there's specific things you're supposed to do to like make it the best. But I feel like every time I do it, it turns out slightly different, but it's still good every single time.
I mean, I feel like sourdough bread is just really good.
Yeah. And now I've like figured out the way that I like to do it and like my technique, if you will, and like timing of how long I like to let the dough sit while it rises. That was kind of the tricky part, is figuring out when you can start shaping the dough.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
It's fun.
Yeah.
I mean, selfishly, I'm sure everyone else is enjoying it. And I can just eat it while I'm here.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm gonna have to learn how to do it.
Yeah.
I think it would be.
I showed Chandler how to like shape it last night.
Yeah, you want to try? And I was like, no, I'm good. I said, I haven't washed my hands. It's going in the oven.
Yeah, it's going in at 450 degrees for 45 minutes. So anything that's there is going to die. Yeah, it was fun.
It was good. I can't wait to have another piece.
Yeah.
Sourdough. You're just going to be like, you just need to get like a little farm, be a little, homestead.
I know, I'm one step closer.
Honey, get some bees.
Get some bees. I'd love to have chickens, although I'm terrified of chickens.
Yeah, they're not like greatest, but it would be cool to have like
I think if I could get my kids to take care of them.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Then it'd be fine. But they're just really scary to me for some reason.
There's nothing really great. I mean, besides the eggs, I guess.
Besides the eggs, yeah. When Heston and I were first married, we lived in, we rented a basement apartment from an older couple. And for some reason, every like couple of Fridays, there would be chickens outside of our gate. And the people, like the house where we lived, they didn't have chickens, but it's like they would escape from some coop. And so the entrance to our apartment was through the gate. And there would be like 3 or 4 chickens there. And I can't go. I'm trapped in my car until these dang chickens leave.
Yeah, but you know, if you went up to them, they would just go scurry away.
Sometimes they don't.
Oh, no.
Sometimes they can get pretty nasty. Like my grandparents had chickens, and this is probably where it comes from. And I remember like being in the coop, and then they will come after you sometimes. So like it's probably some PTSD around chickens. But they would just be sitting outside of the gate waiting for me. So I'd sit in my car for like 30 minutes sometimes. Seriously, it felt like
hey, this girl's terrified.
It felt very personal.
I bet it was.
Yeah.
They were targeting me. Those chickens were targeting me.
Yeah.
They waited till I left and came back just waiting for you.
It was very stressful.
That's funny.
So.
Oh, exciting things. Look at you. Like a whole new woman over the last 6 weeks. I almost didn't even recognize you.
I know, right? It's crazy.
Well, that's all exciting things for me. Nothing really crazy. I'm excited for the interviews and to continue on.
To share them with everyone. And thanks for listening.
Yeah. And we will see you next week.